of Minneapolis City and USL League 2, we are committed to creating a safe, comfortable, and enjoyable soccer experience for all guests in and around our stadium. Please be mindful of the following. Fans are encouraged to cheer, sing, and otherwise support their team while remaining respectful and courteous to their fellow patrons, referees, opposing team fans, and players. Fans should enjoy the soccer experience, free from fighting, thrown objects, attempts to enter the playing field, political or inciting messages, and disorderly behavior, including foul, sexist, racial, obscene, or abusive language or gestures. The USL League 2 and its clubs thank you for adhering to the provisions of this code of conduct and for making this extra special event memorable to you and your fellow patrons.
Welcome back, soccer fans. It is a gorgeous night for some soccer. Some said Minneapolis City would not last, yet here we are. Not just the kickoff of the 2026 USL 2 Heartland Division season, it is the start of the 10th anniversary season for Minneapolis City as they take on the Chicago Dutch Lions in Heartland Division action. I am John Bisworm. I will be joined alongside me in a moment with another club co-founder, Dan Hudeman. It has been a wild ride these past 10 years, from the humble beginnings to conference championships. We likely have seen it all in 4th Division soccer, and we are super excited to get things going. Recapping last season to catch everyone up, Minneapolis City took the crown in the Heartland Division on the last day of action, defeating Swain UFC by the 2-goal margin the Crows needed, capping off an 8-2-2 record. Playoffs were next up for the Crows as they went on a run, ultimately being dropped in the quarterfinal in a close 2-1 matchup against perennial power Flint City Bucks. A lot has changed since then. When that final whistle blew out west in Washington, a coaching change for the Crows as John Forsyth takes over for longtime club steward Justin Oliver, who's taking some time away from the sidelines to rest this summer. The roster has also had a significant reshuffling as well, with only 12 returning players out of the 35-man team sheet. This is a typical change at this level, but it's definitely something that the Crows are not accustomed to. Across the ball, the Dutch Lions were on the opposite end of the table from the Crows last season, going just 1-11 in 2025 with a sizable negative goal differential at -32. They've also had a lot of change as well, with almost an entirely new set of players on their roster and a head coaching change that brings in former Minneapolis City Crow fan favorite Scotty Heinen to lead the group as he's back at Edor Nelson Field this time on the opposite side dugout. We wish him well in the season, just not tonight. Let's talk about the player to watch tonight, sponsored by tonight's youth club of the game, Minnesota Thunder Academy. Minneapolis City is a proud supporter of local soccer and giving back to the community. Thank you to all the players and families from MTA for being part of our match day. Today's player to watch is Jake Swallen, the 2025 Heartland Player of the Year. And describing Jake is pretty easy. This guy beams with quality, and he is the linchpin that drove both sides of the ball for the Crows in 2025, popping up in tackles, pinging passes all over the park, and getting to the score sheet when we really needed it. He is a veteran presence. After a stellar college career at Wake Forest, Jake was signed into the Sporting Kansas City system in the MLS, and after a solid first season, the club decided to go in a different direction. But that brought the Shoreview Minnesota native, landing him back home in 2025 with the Crows. With so many new faces, it's going to get even more crucial that a player like Jake is in the 11 to stabilize week in and week out. As far as link-up play goes, with a new system in place for Coach Forsyth, it relies on those central players covering a lot of ground and really being key to the transition from defending to attack. So this is one of Swallen's strength as the guy that just sees passes that most people don't. And I, for one, am super excited to see Jake back. Let's get into the starting lineups for the visitors. The Chicago Dutch Lions, number 52, Patrick Stengen. Number 3, Emil Nakani. Number 4, David Lupi. Number 7, Bartosz Wojda. Number 8, Cole Wood. Number 10, Eduardo Aguilera-Guillen. Number 14, Angelo Peach. Number 15, Bryce Richards. Number 22, Josue Roman Vargas. Number 24, Jake Walker. And number 25, Lucas Linez. And for your Minneapolis City Soccer Club, in net, number 1, Daniel Sessler. Number 6, Jelani Murray Powell. Number 18, Jason Ramos. Number 15, Islam Husseini. Number 2, and player to watch, Jake Swallen. Number 8, Alex Moreno. Number 17, Shea Bechtel. Number 27, Philip Caputo. Number 10, making his return for Minneapolis City, Hakeem Morgan. Number 19, Masango Akale. And up top, number 9, Nathan Donovan. We'll have to take a moment here to address the one statement I mess up every year. This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without express written consent of the United Soccer League. We are seconds away from kickoff here. We're going to take a quick break, but we'll be back with the live action in a moment. Welcome back, soccer fans. I'm John Bisworm here for USL2 Heartland Division action at Edor Nelson Field on the campus of Augsburg University. Thank you for joining us. I will be joined by club co-founder Dan Hudeman on the other set of headsets next to me. He's doing lower-level soccer things, selling tickets, merchandise, pretty much everything but the laundry today. But today's matchup, if you weren't here in the opening, is the Chicago Dutch Lions. Went 1-11 last season in the Heartland Division, and your Minneapolis City Soccer Club, who went 8-2-2 in path to the title for the Heartland Division. We are seconds away here as the teams are making their final communications with each other, and we are set to kick off the 2026 season on a beautiful night of soccer. If you are close by and you are not here and you are watching, get in the car and get down here. It is perfect for soccer. And we are underway as the Dutch Lions start off with the kickoff and the early possession. And you'd have to believe that Coach Heinen knows a ton about Minneapolis City. So sitting across the sideline, probably looking to instruct his players to get that early bout of possession, calm this crowd down, and really just get into playing. I know they haven't had a ton of time with getting their players in, but what a better way to start than throw them on the field in a nice warm day in Minneapolis. Nice recovery run by number 18, Jason Ramos, for Minneapolis City. Husani with the takeaway. Tries to find Donovan, but his header unable to find Bechtel, who was a few yards behind the play. Minneapolis City coming out comfortably in a mid-block defensively. I think kind of giving that possession in the defensive third to the Dutch Lions, which is something that we would expect from that home opener. But at some point, you would probably imagine that Coach Forsyth is going to amp that line of pressure up and try to create some of those turnovers in the defensive third. Murray finds Moreno. Unlucky first touch from Bechtel. Ball over the top. Murray Powell chasing to it. Heads back calmly to goalkeeper Daniel Sessler. Ramos finds Bechtel. If he can get to it, he has space. Ramos has been all over the ball in the air so far for the Crows. Donovan closing down. Akale finds space, finds Donovan, onside, unable to get his foot through it, but that's the first threatening chance for Minneapolis City. All of that starts from a brilliant tackle in the middle from player to watch, number 2, Jake Swallen. Swollen again applying the early pressure. Good win by Bechtel. Hakeem Morgan on the ball. And the Crows look to recycle. Sessler, great line-breaking pass into Moreno. Ramos dispossessed. No one gave Jason Ramos a shout that he had number 10, Eduardo Aguilera Guillen, on his back. Nervy moment for the Crows early on. And Ramos clears. And the Dutch Lions on the attack again. Good block by Usani. Caputo finds Moreno. Comfortably out wide left to Akale. And the Crows look to take the air out of the ball a little bit and gain some of their possession back. Ramos and Murray Powell having a quick game of pass back and forth there. Usani looking in for Morgan. He's onside. It's a goal! What a beautiful ball by Islam Husani, finding Hakeem Morgan, and the goal tally for 2026 is open. Fantastically timed run for Hakeem Morgan, and calmly slots it home. 1-0 Minneapolis City. That's the anniversary gift the citizens wanted, and they sure got it early on. 6 minutes in, 1-0 to the home side. What a calm finish.
Minneapolis City, scoring in the 6th minute. He's back, number 10, Hakeem Morgan.
Murray Powell whistled for, oh no, actually, I'm correct. Oh, yes, I was correct. Early free kick here for the Dutch Lions. Murray Powell went in a little bit aggressively there near the sidelines. The referee deems that to go off of Minneapolis City for a Dutch Lions throw. Ramos with the clearance, but I believe the referee has indicated offsides. Player to watch, number 2, Jake Swollen on the ball. Sessler finding Moreno. Akale with some space. Murray Powell into Hakeem Morgan. But very good defensive work from number 25, Lucas Linez for the Dutch Lions. Another dangerous opportunity for Hakeem Morgan on the diagonal pass. And it looks like Akale is up and moving okay after getting clipped on that interchange. Ramos calmly plays the ball back to Sessler. Heavy first touch by Husani. Long distance shot from Aguilera Guillen. Catches Sessler a little bit off guard for the first corner kick of the match for the Dutch Lions. Minneapolis City thanks this year's kit sponsor, local hip-hop legends Atmosphere. Fresh for our 10th season, we've teamed up to bring 2 kits to life. The Bolt from the Back, black, and our 10th anniversary feather kit being worn today. Catch Atmosphere this summer at the Minnesota Yacht Club Festival, July 19th. Thank you, Atmosphere. Great work by Caputo. Finds Akale. He has Donovan streaking, if he can find him. Decides to take it himself. Had Donovan, but the chance to counterattack for the Dutch Lions is real right now. Husani mistimes the challenge. Ball slotted back, Murray Powell on the spot. Ball in. Being tracked down by Wojda. Bechtel on the defensive 1v1. Great save by Sessler with the ball staying into the Caputo. And he clears the lines. Finds Donovan. Great first touch, brought down. And Swallen chooses to go quick. Donovan brought down, clean challenge though. If the name Nathan Donovan rings a bell to Crows fans, he played for a number of years for crosstown rivals St. Croix Legends before unfortunately going down with a serious knee injury in his final All-American senior season for the Eau Claire Blue Golds, but now fully recovered and makes the trek across the Mississippi. Great challenge and win by Swallen. Ball in. Great look from Akale trying to find your goal scorer, Akeem Morgan. Calm work by Ramos. Bechtel's lurking back post. Swallen can find him. Murray Powell finds Donovan, who's got Morgan in the box. Unable to get his foot wrapped around that pass. Another great inside-out possession-based movement for the Crows. They've been able to expose those flanks early on in this first half. Ramos with the win. Unlucky for Akale. Swallen fouls Roman Vargas. Sessler off his line. Ball caroms off the post, but it looks as if Aguilera Guillen was offside. Nervy moments there for the Crows. Murray Powell looks to find Donovan. Dutch Lions have some life since going down early in the 6th minute on the Akeem Morgan goal for Minneapolis City. But since then, have had more of the possession and have had the most dangerous chances. Marie Powell called for the foul again. Probably needs to be a little bit careful so that the persistent infringement doesn't start to creep into the referee's mind. Good opportunity here for the Dutch Lions if they can get this service correct. Moreno just puts a foot through it. McCauley is off. He has space. Donovan to Akale. 2-0 Minneapolis City. Great interplay from Donovan and Akale. A number of players are down on the turf, one of them being Akeem Morgan, who I think took the worst of that challenge from number 4, David Lupi. And number 22, Josue Roman Vargas for the Dutch Lions. Good early connections, though, from the Crows. As we look at the replay here, Akale into Morgan. Morgan back to Akale. Morgan gets blown up, but Donovan finds Akale. Great job staying on side. And that puts the Crows up 2-0 in the 16th minute. The owner of the corner bar, from the owner of the corner bar comes Flathead Bill's, the new spot for smash burgers in downtown Minneapolis. They have all your corner bar's favorites, including a great staff, first and foremost. And of course, the almost world famous Joey Wings. Check out the new Flathead Bills today. Minneapolis City is in good hands with our longtime sports medicine partner, Twin Cities Orthopedics. You too can have TCO on your side with their wide range of specialty services to help you achieve your goal of returning to full health. Learn more at tcomn.com. Coach Heinen giving the fourth official an earful. And it looks as if we're going to have an early substitution for the Dutch Lions as Josue Roman Vargas took the worst of that challenge, I think, with Morgan. Morgan's a big body. Coach Heinen's having to go early to his bench. The substitution for Roman Vargas is number 11, Tristan Banquil. Probably, excuse me, the smoke from the citizens has joined the booth with me here. Coach Heinen probably didn't want this start, being down 2 goals inside of the first 20 minutes of the game and also having to go to his bench early. But on the flip side, if you're Coach John Forsyth, dream start for his first game at the helm. Moreno finds Akale. Nice bit of footwork. Out to Caputo.
Substitution for the visitors.
And the Crows recycle.
Replacing number 22, Josue Roman Vargas, is number 11, Tristan Banquil.
Lazy pass from Ramos. Got a little bit too calm with that. A great job by the Crows to win possession back. Good first touch by Morgan. Donovan lurking. Unable to connect on the Hassani long ball. Another long ball opportunity by the Dutch Lions. There have been a number of long balls, and I think that if I'm Coach Heinen, I probably want to see if we can't make some closer line-breaking passes, try to get a little bit more of the possession in our favor, as Minneapolis City is up 2-0 early on. Bechtel finds Moreno in tight spaces, gets the ball out to Masongo Akale. Nice footwork. Nice attempt to try to find a diagonally running Bechtel, but good work by the Dutch Lions backline. Stands starting to fill up here at Edor Nelson Field for the first match for your 2025 Heartland Division champion, Minneapolis City. A beautiful day here in Minneapolis. Donovan creating the turnover. Bechtel finds Morgan. Back to Bechtel. Tries the spin move. A great step by Loopy. Morgan with great work on the touchline.
Fans, check it out. The #1 craft
Finds Bechtel.
non-alcoholic beer is now
Swallen
at
clears out the space for him. Akale looking into Bechtel. Quickly off of his line was number 52, Patrick Stechnich, for the Dutch Lions. I don't think Bechtel wanted anything to do with that collision.
Support the pioneers of great tasting non-alcoholic beer.
Another diagonal ball in, met by the City backline in Murray Powell. Bechtel finds Swallen with some room. Caputo taking his man one-on-one. Finds Donnie. Unlucky to convert there. Caputo was able to get a toe on that, but that was about it. Great turn by Moreno. Finds Donovan. Looking in for Morgan, the goal scorer. A little bit of pressure here by the Crows. Looking to force the turnover. Caputo gets whistled for the late challenge, just gets the talking to from the official. Guess that's the get out of jail free card that the referees tend to give players on their first foul. Later in the game, definitely a bookable challenge. A little bit of a mix-up between Ramos and Murray Powell there. Good work by Murray Powell, forcing the Dutch Lions backwards. The Minneapolis City backline steps. Sani finds Ramos with some space. Great step by Husani, wins the ball for Minneapolis City. Donovan tracks it down, and the Crows switch the field. Sani lifts one in. Stechnich unable to keep it in, and Minneapolis City has their first corner kick of the 2026 season. A lot of big bodies for the Crows, as you see Ramos making his way up, as is Husani. Donovan's in there, Morgan's in there. Number 2 player to watch, Jake Swallen, lurking around the top of the blocks, requiring the Dutch Lions to pull 2 players outside of the crowded box to cover. Moreno's on the ball. Before then, referee having a little bit of a talking to the players. A lot of bodies in there. That 6-yard box is very crowded in front of Stechnich. Ramos sets. And Moreno puts it over for a Dutch Lions goal kick. Minneapolis City choosing to put a little bit more of a higher line of pressure up. It has worked. Lots of long balls by the Dutch Lions. Unable to find Wojda. Husani has Caputo wide, chooses to go to him. Murray Powell takes his space. Great flick by Morgan. Moreno's in. Decides to go wide to Caputo. Has an opportunity to go 1v1. Step over. Fires the ball. Great save by Stechnich. Great individual work by Caputo. Puts his defender on skates and able to get the shot off. Probably looking to go far post, but getting it on frame was pretty difficult in its own right there. Ramos looking for a partner. Finds Akale. Great first touch. Akale looking for Bechtel. And the Dutch Lions clear. Caputo finds Ramos. Finds a willing Sessler. A lot of time on the ball for Sessler this first half already. 27 minutes in, 2-0 Minneapolis City, with Murray Powell driving, looking for more. Finds Caputo with acres of space. One player to beat. Cuts back. Fires far post! Oh, so close. Calling for a deflection. Looks like the officials can't get on the same page looking at each other, and ultimately deciding there was no deflection. Looking at the replay, I didn't quite get a chance to see that. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't. Replay. Another ball into the back line of Minneapolis City. Ramos finds Murray Powell. Finds Swallen. Back out to Ramos. Who goes long in for Caputo. Ultimately gets on the end of it. Great first touch. Moreno finds Morgan. Into Donovan. Out wide to Caputo. Caputo looks to find Bechtel in the middle. Been very, very dangerous early on as Philip Caputo. He's shown that he can go both to his left and to his right, and really giving Emil Nikani some troubles. As the Dutch Lions look to be on the attack here, the substitute, Van Quill, trying to get past Husani, does a great job not fouling there and forcing the Dutch Lions backwards. Bechtel smartly plays the ball back off the head into the waiting arms of Sessler. Very good recovery defense for the Crows there. Could have been put in a very dangerous position as Murray Powell finds Akale. Into Donovan. One player to beat. Gets caught up on the turf. Wins it back. Has some runners in the box. Decides to take it himself. But out for a goal kick. And the Dutch Lions go quick. Referee calls a foul on Akale for the slight push. Minneapolis City back in more of the mid-block. Hakeem Morgan and Husani both go to ground, yet Banquil is still up with the ball. Plays the ball in, but it does go out of touch. Banquil, the substitute, did a really good job of fighting through both of those attempted challenges. Murray Powell finds Moreno, who's into Bechtel, needs help, decides to play it in early, looking for Donovan, the closest white shirt in the area. But Akale dispossesses Moreno in, finds Akale, back to Moreno, who looks to chip the goalkeeper. Fantastic save by Stechnich. Great chip by Alex Moreno. Fingertip save by Stechnich. That was fantastic. "32 minutes in, still 2-0. 7 shots to 2 for the Crows' favor. And another corner kick opportunity. Ball in. Ramos almost got to it, but Stechnich again. Moreno with the chip. Donovan rises up, unable to get it onto target. Really threatening by Minneapolis City. It's like Husani was in behind Donovan, maybe had a little bit of a better look at it, but at that point, you just try to get your first header onto it. Don't know what's in behind you. Bechtel called for the push in the back. Stechnich far out of his goal. looking to find someone to latch a pass onto. Ultimately finds Keeney. Minneapolis City with a 2-goal lead, more than willing to be in a lower block. As the ball goes over the top. Offside. Again, another diagonal long ball attempt. At some point, one of those may squeak through for the Dutch Lions, but without any sustained bouts of possession, the Crows can just sit back and absorb those long balls all day. Ramos looking to find Bechtel. A great header by number 24, Jake Walker. Morgan finds Murray Powell, who finds Bechtel. One player to beat. Unlucky on the return pass to Jelani Murray Powell. And the Dutch Lions look to counter. Husani again unable to get to the challenge, and Bankwell has an opportunity. Looks to go far post. But an outstretched Sessler had that far post covered as the shot goes just wide. Looks as if Bankwell just slowed down for a half second. I think if he would have continued to drive, probably could have attempted to look near post there, as Sessler was kind of caught in the middle between both posts. Swollen. The Crows comfortably inch the ball further into the Dutch Lions' defensive third. Morgan making a great run. I think Husani found him a little bit late. Another long ball opportunity offside by the Dutch Lions. That one could have been a little bit dangerous had he stayed on. The back three for Minneapolis City was up very high. Ramos decides to go to Husani. Kale to Murray Powell with some space, looking for a runner. Caputo finds Donovan, tries to turn. Crows force the Dutch Lions to retreat into their half. Great step by Husani. Akale's in. He has runners. Excuse me. Overcooks a ball into Morgan. Donovan making a really great clearing out run. Ball in over the top again, this time into Aguilera Guillen, who has Ramos. And the deflection goes wide of Sessler's net for a corner kick. Minneapolis City choosing to put all 11 back to defend this as the Dutch Lions go short. Great defensive work to push the Dutch Lions back into the corner by Caputo. Ramos with the header. It's offside. A lot of times for the Dutch Lions being a little bit late to get back on side or making the runs a little too early. Early stuff that you might see in the beginning of a USL2 season. Once they get that on the same page from a timing perspective, they have looked dangerous. Crow's pushing up, looking for Sessler to put his foot through this one. Just over the head of Swallen. Sani finds Sessler, who just willingly puts it into the stands. Donovan hunting another one down. Dangerous ball, but great skill check there for Stechnich. Sani has a lurking Dutch Lion attacker. Needed to get that right as Murray Powell tracks it down. Finds Swallen. Gives a here you have it pass into Bechtel. And Bechtel just dumps one down the ice. 41st minute, Minneapolis City 2, Dutch Lions 0. On goals from Hakeem Morgan. Nice catch by Sessler. Goals by Hakeem Morgan and Masango Akale, putting the Crows in front early in this half. Morgan in behind. The Dutch Lions need to get this right. And they do. Stechnich setting up shop quite a bit outside of his goal box. Swallen, unlucky first touch. Good step by Hassani. He has Donovan, or he could take it himself. Fouled, and it looks like we're gonna get our first yellow card of the day. The famous professional foul by the Dutch Lions, stopping that attack. I think a touch sooner for Hassani, excuse me, and he has Morgan in. And that yellow card is in the 43rd minute, sorry, 44th minute for number 15, Bryce Richards. It's like Hakeem Morgan's on the ball for Minneapolis City.
Number 15 for the Dutch Lions.
With Stechnich staring directly into that sun, you'd have to believe that he's going to put this on target, or at least attempt to. four-man wall to beat. Stechnich checking his posts. Morgan directly into the wall. He gets a 2-for-1 into the waiting arms of Stechnich. Again, getting out of that tight spot. Stechnich goes long into Caputo. Quick throw. Great work by the Dutch Lions. Bryce Richards unable to find the frame. Into stoppage time here. We'll find out what the referee has indicated.
Before the visual has indicated, there will be a minimum of 1 minute stoppage time. 1 minute minimum.
Minimum of 1 minute, says the world famous PA announcer, the Nate Morales. Long ball in, eaten up by Ramos. Great touch by Bechtel. Morgan finds Akale. Morgan's in again. If Akale can get that right, we might be looking at a dandy time goal for Minneapolis City. Donovan's in. Morgan finds Akale with the chip and the goal. Masongo Akale getting his first or second goal of the day with a deft chip over Stechnich on a great pass from Akeem Morgan. In stoppage. And the citizens pop the smoke. Need to close the window in the booth here so I don't huff it in again. Minneapolis City finishing off their 10th shot of the frame, leading to 3 goals and are up 3-0 against the Dutch Lions. I think that whole sequence of play started with another long ball attempt by the Dutch Lions, just in the waiting arms of Minneapolis City backline. And it's been a consistent thing that we've seen throughout the first half. I think that's probably something that Coach Heinen is going to need to talk to the team about, keeping possession of the ball and looking to kind of break Minneapolis City down, creating those triangles and through the short pass instead of always going long. But that'll do it for the first frame. We got 15 minutes of halftime. We're going to take a quick break. Minneapolis City 3 on a 6-minute goal from Akeem Morgan, and then a 16th minute and a stoppage time goal for Masongo Akale to round out the 3 goals. Once again, I'm John Bisworm. I promise you Dan Hudeman will potentially be here, but stick around, we'll be right back. Welcome back, soccer fans. I'm John Bisworm. Edor Nelson Field on the campus of Augsburg University, where your Minneapolis City Soccer Club is up 3-0 against the Chicago Dutch Lions. If you weren't with us in the first half, those goals came in the 6th minute from Akeem Morgan, 16th minute from Masongo Akale, and then in the 45th plus stoppage, Masongo gets his second. As far as how that half went out, Minneapolis City, I'm out of breath. I just ran up here. Whew. Minneapolis City was more than willing to be in the low block, and the inverse, Chicago Dutch Lions, a lot of things over the top. So one of those things has to crack, and it wasn't Minneapolis City. Almost all of the 3 goals started with an interception from deep. Minneapolis City with some nice interchange, and then ultimately finding the back of the net. If you're checking in on player to watch Jake Swallen, you probably are saying he isn't really getting involved. I believe he's actually extremely involved. You can see him organizing the team around him, as well as dictating the flow of possession. Anytime he steps on the ball, Minneapolis City keeps the possession. Anytime he decides to get the ball off of his foot, you start to see some forward progress. So really great half by Swallen. And that's pretty much it. That was the first half. 3 shots to 10 in favor of the Crows. About a minute to go here before we get the second frame started. We're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back with the second half. Once again, I'm John Bisworm. Flying solo today. Dan Hudeman's running around somewhere, probably selling merchandise. But we'll be back in a minute for the second half. Welcome back, fans. Just got done paying some bills, catching my breath from running up the stairs of the booth here to get to that halfway point, midway breakdown. I think I'm good now. So we're ready to start the second half here with Minneapolis City moving now left to right. Sessler looking into that sun. We'll start to see what adjustments both coaches are looking to make at the half. As of right now, it looks as if no personnel changes, probably just tactical adjustments. Is Coach Forsyth going to go for more of the throat and try to have City pressure a little bit higher? Or are they going to sit in that mid block, continue to absorb the long balls, and then start the attack out of that? Or the Dutch Lions, are they going to look to possess more? I think that was the number one thing for me in the first half, and I mentioned it at the break and before the first half ended. Excuse me. They have to connect passes. They have to move off the short pass in order to really get this game back into their favor. Otherwise, it only takes a 2-3 pass breakout by Minneapolis City. They've shown it 3 times and they've got 3 goals on it. So as Donovan stands over the ball here, we're about ready to get going. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors. Guys, look your best with the only barber you should trust in Minneapolis. Twin City Barber Co., locally owned and operated in the heart of South Minneapolis, offering quality services that you'll have feeling your best. Treat yourself to a traditional barbershop with modern style and make an appointment today at tcbarberco.com. Thank you, Twin City Barber Co. Murray Powell fighting through the challenge. Swallen wins it. Caputo up, finds Morgan into Akale, back to Morgan, unable to connect. Murray Powell gets a little wrong-footed, but does a great job of tracking back. Somehow, Richards gets the ball back, but Swallen with an incredible tackle, and Nakeem Morgan has a 1v1 opportunity. Finds Caputo, cuts back, unable to find an option. Looks like there were some substitutions made. We'll get word from down pitch side to see who those might have been. Long ball opportunity. This one might stick. Murray Powell chasing down Wojda, who has a 1v1 opportunity. Looks to fire, but ultimately unable to put anything behind that with a waiting Sessler.
Substitutions for Minneapolis City to start the second half. Replacing number 17, Shea Bechtel, is number 23, Ari Van Mol.
So it looks like there was a substitution for Minneapolis City. Number 17, Shea Bechtel, makes way for number 23, Ari Van Mol. And it looks like number 16 for the Dutch Lions has come on, but I don't have a 16 on my roster sheet. So we'll figure out
and for the
that
Dutch
one.
Lions, now in the game, number 23. Sorry, now in the game, number 16, Dylan Loviak, replacing number 4, David Lupi.
Looks like number 16 Dylan Kloviak on for number 4, David Lupi for the Dutch Lions. Usani caught in between a couple different ideas, but decides to recycle out to Ari Van Mol, getting his first action on the ball. Looks to whip one into Donovan. Ramos easily handling the Dutch Lions attacker. Van Mol with a great dummy. Finds Akale. Tries to cut it back. Gets around his defender. Slots it back home. Akeem Morgan with his second goal of the game coming in the 49th minute. Great work by number 19, Masango Akale. Finds his strike partner, and both of them now have 2 goals on the day. 4-0 Minneapolis City. Man, looking at that replay right here, just does the guy on the touchline, and Morgan just come first touch, slides it home, Bass, Stechnich. The Akale-Morgan partnership has become very dangerous early on for Minneapolis City in this season. Great work by the Dutch Lions. Swallen smartly not taking the foul. Great block by Ramos.
And that's Minneapolis City 4, Dutch Lions 0.
Caputo does some great work to keep the ball. Ramos finds Van Mol with a great touch. Unable to make the second touch work for him. The substitute, Kloviak, gets dispossessed by Caputo. Can't clear it out as the Dutch Lions look to attack. Moreno with a great step in, and Morgan finds the challenge. Swallen on the ball, has many options, including Van Mol all alone with a 1v1 opportunity here. Akale clears out for some space for him to work, gets the ball back into Akale, who cuts it back, fires, looking for that hat trick. But the defensive work of Jake Walker to get his foot in the way stops that attempt. Corner opportunity for Minneapolis City.
Still got a little bit of that window. Got about another.
Looks like Moreno on the ball again. From the 10-year anniversary feather weather kit to the bolt from the back kit, Stimulus Athletic has helped Minneapolis City put fire on their backs of our players season after season. And they can do the same for your team. No matter what the level, no matter what the age group, don't settle for average. Build your team's identity with Stimulus Athletic today. Dutch Lions with an opportunity. Great job by Caputo to hold the line and ultimately get the tackle in. A one-man defensive line for Minneapolis City on that counterattack off the corner kick. Really great job by the rest of the back line, busting tail to get back. But Caputo, the man who saves the day, ultimately gets nutmegged, but offside. Murray Powell on the ball for the Crows. Knocks it into Sessler. Husani centers it to Ramos, who has space. Donovan looking for the ball over the top. He's still in. Murray Powell finds Morgan. Hard touch for Caputo to handle there, but Morgan does a great job tracking back. Swallen smartly plays the ball back to Ramos, who looks for the clearance, but ultimately it goes to Aguilera Guillen before he's dispossessed by Murray Powell. Morgan wins the header. I don't think Caputo thought he was going to get that ball. And the Dutch Lions look to recycle. Another long ball. Offside. Again, this is a repeat of what we did see in the first half, and I mentioned it quite a few times. I think the Dutch Lions are skipping some of the easier passes to kind of create their own momentum, and they're killing it off by the long ball over the top that's either intercepted by Minneapolis City or ultimately a number of, more than a handful of offsides. Murray Powell will take his time, wait for Wojda to back up. Murray Powell looking into Donovan with the flick attempt, ultimately going sideways to Morgan, who has Akale. Finds Van Mol, though. Does a great job centering the pass. Donovan a half step too late. And the clearance goes to Minneapolis City. Swollen recycles through Ramos, who finds Van Mol. Very active today since coming off the bench. Akale with an opportunity. Swollen finds Akale on the chest. Murray Powell has an opportunity to take a touch and fire one. Finds Morgan instead, who has his own opportunity, looking to connect with Donovan. But really good job to create an additional attempt through the possession back in the defensive third. Van Mol finds Caputo, who slots it back. Akale's on it. Great first touch. Finds Moreno, unable to get a touch on it. And the shot from Morgan falls to Caputo, and the Crows still in possession. Great move by Moreno. Tries to find the far post. And play continues. Moreno finds the back of Donovan, or that one had eyes for Stechnich's goal. A lot just happened there for the Crows within the 18-yard box of the Dutch Lions. It's not Dan Hudeman, folks, but joining me until something big happens is the voice of Minneapolis City Game Day, the Nate Morales. Nate, welcome to the booth. Thanks for coming in here so I have someone else to talk to.
Yeah, you looked bored. You looked lost, man. No, you were. It's hard to cover a game all by yourself, isn't it?
It really is. As the Dutch Lions look to break, Swollen's tracking back far post well, as is Akale.
John, one thing I noticed when Minneapolis City's in possession in the last couple of minutes is Dutch Lions are just hanging out.
Nobody cares what you think.
I'm just noticing.
No, you're right, and I think I mentioned it. And
like no pressure.
It'd be nice to ask someone else, but it seems as though in order for the Dutch Lions to get back into this, they need to skip the long ball. Everything's either been offside, as Morgan gets a ball in from Busani, has one to beat. Finds Van Mol.
Van Mol with a dummy. He's hoping Donovan is behind him.
But it seems like the Dutch Lions, they need to try to get nice tackle from player to watch, Jake Swollen. The Dutch Lions need to get some rhythm going. It's a lot of 2-3 side-to-side passes in the back line and then the long one that Minneapolis City is just waiting for. They need to try to kind of create something. Would you agree?
Yeah, I mean, that could have worked a little bit in the first half. I think maybe if you have the legs behind it, right? But the balls just aren't getting there. They're a little slow, floating in the air. Mm-hmm. Too easy for Minneapolis City to defend. And like you said, often offsides anyway.
Like Ramos is just eating up probably 10, 15.
Yeah, absolutely.
Caputo's been extremely active today.
Interesting spot, too, for Phil Caputo, who's used to more of an attacking role on a team. Throw him in a wing back, let him support. It's working for him.
Also, the Morgan Akale show has been pretty nice.
This is fun to watch. I thought Nathan Donovan would be the focus, just like running through, looking for through balls, using his legs. But yeah, that Akale Morgan connection.
I mean, it's produced 4 goals for us today.
Hard to say against the Dutch Lions, John, but this team looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
you lose Preston Kipnusu, you lose a lot of our
Ramos
favorites. What a shot!
Decides to have one from the parking lot, but Stechnich again asked to be on his toes.
Wants to give his family something to cheer for.
I mean, watch this, have a flyer.
Why
Jason
not?
Ramos.
Woo!
I mean, center back puts it on target. Doesn't happen very often. No disrespect to center backs. Usually those are in the park.
It's true.
Has there been any bright spot from any of the new players outside of Akale?
I mean,
Ball in, Donovan almost up for it.
The back line in general right? Able to adjust, able to connect, keep the balls at their feet, but also like you've got Ramos right in the middle, like you said, eating it up. Here comes a substitution for the Dutch Lions.
Looks like Brian Pena coming number 12, coming on for number 14, Angelo Peach, excuse me. You wonder when Coach Forsyth's going to go to his bench.
I was just looking at that bench too. Ronan Selbo, Elijah Fearing, like it's a who's who of young D1 talent waiting to come in.
Jack Dancer, Julian Banks, Will Schmidt. I mean, they're all outside of the 9-foot tall backup goalkeeper, Moritz Grench. Like, you have a lot of talent, a lot of depth that you can throw in.
Yeah.
And you wonder with the 60th minute into the 61st here.
Yeah, up 4.
Up 4.
Stretch the legs.
Donovan not following the breakout rules here, going into the box. Are you going to go announce that substitution?
I probably should.
Yep. Go do your job. I'll be here. Thanks,
right.
Thanks for coming by, Nate.
Yeah, it's fun. Enjoy.
Yeah. Will do. Great touch by Swallen. Oregon goes for the nutmeg. Caputo looking to the ball kid. Try to play it quick. Thank you again, Minnesota Thunder Academy, for supplying the ball kids for today.
Substitution for the Dutch Lions coming on in the 60th minute. Replacing number 14, Angelo Peach, is number 12.
Husani
Ryan
finds Van
Pena.
Maal. Great first touch into space. He has it. He eats it up as Donovan makes the run. First time shot. Perhaps a little tired legs for Donovan. Probably wants to put more into that, but really great run. Really great find by Van Maal. Great tackle by Swallen. That's the stuff that Jake Swallen brings that I talked about in the early onset. Just those little tackles are so crucial to keeping possession or stifling out an attack. He just pops up where he needs to be. Morgan tries to find Powell. Moreno with a great touch. Looking to do it himself. Fires well wide of the target. But you have to like the intent from Alex Moreno. Ate the space up. The Dutch Lions look to go quick. Once again, Jake Swallen, crucial intervention. Sessler finds Akale. Great dummy opportunity. Another opportunity for Minneapolis City. Moreno takes it himself. And some substitutions coming from Minneapolis City. We'll get to those in a second. It looks like Caputo and Donovan's day is over. It looks like number 11, Julian Banks, will replace number 9, Nathan Donovan. And number 21, Will Schmidt will replace number 27, Philip Caputo, who I think had a fantastic day today. And while I was looking at that, I don't know what just happened. It's like a yellow card and a penalty kick. Sango Akale looks to play the ball into Julian Banks, who gets murdered.
Replacing number 9, Nathan Donovan, and number 27, Phil Caputo. Number 24,
Keith Morgan.
and number 11, Julian Banks.
Looks set up here. Great view of the ball kids. Back behind Stachnich is net. Morgan looking for the hat trick. So the referee has his final instructions to the goalkeeper. Morgan steps up and calmly slots it in for his third goal of the game in the 67th minute. Keith Morgan with a great day thus far. Wrong foot, Stachnich. Before that, a yellow card, which set up that penalty kick. Number 3, Emil McKinney in the 66th minute. Don't want to lose sight of the fact that it was a great interchange between Akale and new substitute Julian Banks that drew that penalty.
That's his third of the evening, completing the hat trick. Minneapolis City 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dutch Lions 0. Yellow card caution issued to the Dutch Lions, number 3 in the 65th minute.
Great move by Alex Moreno. Has Julian Banks if he slots him in. Oh, unlucky for the hat trick man, Hakeem Morgan. He gets that touch right, and easily Julian Banks is in for a 1v1 opportunity with the goalkeeper. Long ball into Murray Powell. Morgan just misses it. The substitute, Kloviak, had eyes to go forward, but not a lot of willing runners. Ultimately plays it out of bounds. Murray Powell finds Banks. Dispossessed though. And the Dutch Lions will recycle. Ball in for Akale, who completes his hat trick in the 70th minute. We talked about anniversary gifts for the fans, and Masango Akale and Hakeem Morgan have given them plenty today. 6-0 Minneapolis City over the Dutch Lions. But that whole play starts from our player to watch today, Jake Swallen. Without that tackle, That goes the other way with numbers for the Dutch Lions. We have some substitutions coming on for the Dutch Lions. We'll get to those as soon as we get them. It is early days in the Heartland division. I truly believe a team coached by someone like Coach Scott Heinen on the Dutch Lions side will get to the training ground to help figure some of these things out. But it's just unfortunate that you have to play the Heartland defending champions that have retooled for the first game on the road. If you're in Uptown looking for something to do, the Bryant Lake Bowl is your spot. There's a legendary cheap date night every Monday, Tuesday bingo at 8 p.m. or Trivia Mafia on Wednesdays. And breakfast served 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day to help you recover. Or throw some rocks at the Vintage Bowling Alley where you still keep score the old school way. Good pressure by Moreno. By hand, on paper. That's a thing. Swing by Bryant Lake Bowl tonight. Unlucky for Banks.
Triple substitution for the Dutch Lions in the 70th minute. Now on the field, number 2, Rob
Athletic
Canelo.
Brewing is officially at Minneapolis City games. The #1 craft non-alcoholic beer is now served as Moreno finds a Kale, who goes to goal, tries to chip Stechnich. The #1 craft non-alcoholic beer is now served at all home matches. Grab a cold one at the stadium today or visit athleticbrewing.com to find a store near you. Support the pioneers of great tasting NA beer and stay in the game with Athletic Brewing. Akale finds Banks offside. The substitutions did come in. Number 17, Nikola Ivatic replaces number 7, Bartosz Wojda. Number 9, Jiz Van Eyck replaces number 15, Bryce Richards. And number 2, Rob Ganella replaces number 25, Lucas Lainez. Good clearance by Schmidt. More substitutions coming for Minneapolis City as I see some players on Coach Forsyth's bench putting their jerseys on. Apparently the rest of the people in the booth find my pronunciation guide hilarious. Corner kick for the Dutch Lions. Looking to get on the score sheet to salvage something from this match. 6-0 Minneapolis City in the 75th minute. Great save by Sessler. Incredible header by number 9, Jiz Van Eyck. Second ball in, Sessler gets a fist to it. Great block by Murray Powell. Those can be dangerous when you're lumping something into the box like that, resulting in another corner kick for the Dutch Lions. unable to clear it out. Sessler on his horse. Just kicks that one into the merge tent. I have a correction to make. Number 21, Caleb Capone, in for number 27, Philip Caputo. Number 7, Will Schmidt is replacing hat-trick man Masango Akale. And number 14, Landon Bange replaces Hakeem Morgan, the other hat-trick man.
Number 3, Landon Benji, and number 7, Will Schmidt, replacing.
Apologies, Caleb. You've been doing a fantastic job since you got in. Ramos with a good step, clears the lines.
And Alex Moreno.
Murray Powell called for a foul. Looks like number 16, Ramy Niembwe, is on for number 8, Alex Moreno. So some wholesale changes for Coach Forseth. And that move brings Niembwe into the back, joining the 3 in the back. And then Jelani Murray Powell moves into the middle of the field, joining player to watch, Swollen. Great step by Niembwe. 2v2 opportunity. Van Mall with an opportunity. With the strike, just wide. Ari Van Mall did everything right from the collection touch forward except for finding the back of the net. It all started from a great tackle from Niembwe. Good step by Capone. Will Schmidt causing havoc there in the corner. A little bit of confusion on who from Minneapolis City is going to be the deep danger man here. Looks as if it's Husani. Good step by Swollen. Finds Van Mall. It's a chip into Bange. But Julian Banks was offside. long ball opportunity. Way overshoots Jiz Van Eyck. Great ball into Murray Powell. He finds Bange. Unlucky on the touch. Will Schmidt with the opportunity. Acres of space for him to eat up. Finds Capone, who ultimately finds the back of number 16, Dylan Kloviak. Big clearance in a foot race, but looks like Husseini is the one to win it and calmly plays it back into Sessler with a great ball in to the central part of the field. I don't think that Van Mol knew it was coming his direction. Julian Banks with the flick on. Murray Powell finds Van Mol, who goes back to Julian Banks. Great collection touch. The idea was right for Julian Banks, just ended up hitting the knee of number 24, Jake Walker for the Dutch Lions. Crucial intervention for Walker, or that could have been the 7th goal here in the 83rd minute. Niembwe decides to go way back to Sessler. Murray Powell looking for a partner, ultimately finds Sessler, who goes back to Murray Powell. Great first touch into Hassani, but the outstretched legs of Walker disrupted that pass. (6-0) Minneapolis City over the Dutch Lions of Chicago. 84th minute. 23 shots to 6 in favor of the Crows as Niembwe goes through the back of Bankwell. One-way traffic in this matchup so far. Really good first step for Coach Forsyth in his debut as the man in charge for Minneapolis City. Some cohesion issues early on was a concern with a almost completely new roster from last season. But the Crows have shown they've come together quickly early on in this one. Capone with a heavy touch into Niembwe. And a great tackle once again by player to watch, Smallin. Good work by McKinney. And Walker finds Stechnij. The Crows looking to put some pressure here. Great clearance ball by Stechnij to find Bankwell. And in the 85th minute, probably the most possession base we've seen out of the Dutch Lions, leading ultimately in a turnover. Great turn and a shot on target. Stechnij has the save. Banks tries to keep it in. Really great stuff by Landon Bange. And it looks like Islam Husseini's day is done in the back line, being replaced by number 12, Jack Dancer. A lot of great debuts across the field for the Crows this match. It's kind of hard to overshadow the debut of Masango Akale getting a hat trick, or the re-debut of Hakeem Morgan getting his own hat trick. But quite a solid performance end-to-end for Minneapolis City, including the substitutes that have come on. No one there for Jizz. Another great debut. Ramos in the back. The former forward Madison center back joining the Crows. Niembwe under a little bit of pressure, gives it to Sessler, finds Murray Powell looking for the back heel. Great pressure by Minneapolis City. But number 24, Jake Walker, great intervention. Murray Powell tries to find Banks. Bange is in, but great defensive work by Kloviak to cut off his angle before he can get a strike on Stechnis's goal. East 88th minute, approaching stoppage. Great step by Niembwe. Banks with a good tackle. Bange is in. Banks looking to take it himself. Tries to win with pace and does. Has an opportunity. Unlucky on the cutback. Had eyes for goal. Excuse me. Schmidt avoiding the challenge. Finds Van Maal. Into Dancer and ultimately into Niembwe. Back to Dancer with space. Falls over the ball. Able to keep control of it. Not a lot of pressure right now by the Dutch Lions in the waning moments of this match. But Van Maal's in 1v1 here. Finds Schmidt. Unlucky. Takes a deflection off of Walker, who in the end of this second half has done a fantastic job stopping a number of Minneapolis City opportunities in front of the net. Great ball served in. Dancer with an opportunity there. Just doesn't quite find the forehead. And as we enter into the 90th minute, the referee has indicated a minimum of 1 minute. Quite a few substitutions. I would have personally added maybe 3. But when it's 6-0, I think the minimum of 1 minute seems to creep up. Murray Powell with a good opportunity.
Individual has indicated there will be a minimum of 1 minute
Swollen.
stoppage time.
Calm on the ball.
1 minute.
Ramos finds Van Maal.
Minimum.
Finds Bange. Sidesteps. Unable to get the shot off. I think number 8, Cole Wood, we haven't really said his name much, with a crucial deflection. The Minneapolis City, probably the last kick of the game here on the corner kick. Unless we're into that minimum territory. Nice to get one for one of the big men here. Back post. Murray Powell up for it. Banks trying the scissor kick. Thought about it. Falls back out to Ramos, who unleashes a left-footed shot, possibly a handball. Murray Powell looks to finish. Ultimately, it goes over. And those are the 3 whistles by the official. And this one's over. Minneapolis City 6. Chicago Dutch Lions 0. Incredible home debut for your 2025 Heartland Division champions. Really putting a stamp on this first match. Once again, I'm John Bisworm. Apparently I was solo today, which was awesome. Thanks for having me. Nate came in for a little bit, but that's okay. We'll be right back in a little bit to break this one down. Stay with us.
In the 16th, 45th, and 70th minute.
Well, excuse me. Welcome back, soccer fans. Sorry about that. Once again, I'm John Bisworm, coming to you from Edor Nelson Field on the campus of Augsburg University, where your Minneapolis City Crows win their home debut. Way to kick off the 10th anniversary with a 6-0 win over the Chicago Dutch Lions. Getting things started in the 6th minute was Hakeem Morgan. Then he assisted number 19, Masango Akali in the 16th minute. And then Masango returned the favor in the 49th minute, not before Hakeem gave Masango his second goal in 45 plus in stoppage of the first half. And then ultimately, again, the two connected in the 67th minute for Hakeem Morgan, in the 70th minute for Masango Akali getting his hat trick. But before that was the penalty kick created by Julian Banks that Hakeem Morgan calmly stepped up and finished. So, as far as this one goes, I think it's pretty self-explanatory. What we saw today was one team maybe a little bit further into the cohesiveness of coming together early in a lower league season, which is extremely difficult for Coach Heinen and Coach Forsyth. But you oftentimes just see the fact that players are coming back from college. They're coming off of their pro contracts. It's really difficult to get in and actually have a team gel that quickly. And Minneapolis City did a fantastic job of it today. I thought from top down, it was an impressive game for Coach Forsyth and largely a brand new roster. I mean, there's only 12 returning players out of the 35 that have signed with the club. So what a great anniversary gift for the fans. 6 goals. We'd like to thank Atmosphere. Minneapolis City thanks you for being our kit sponsor this year. Local hip-hop legends Atmosphere, fresh fresh for our 10th anniversary, we've teamed up to bring 2 kits to life. The Bolt from the Black kit and our 10th anniversary Feather Weather kit that was worn today. Catch Atmosphere this summer at the Minnesota Yacht Club Festival, July 19th. Thank you, Atmosphere, for sponsoring our jerseys as well as sponsoring this postgame wrap-up. I think there's a lot of work to do for both teams, but Minneapolis City came out firing, and what a way to start the 2026 campaign for back-to-back championships in the Heartland Division. Once again, I'm John Bisworm, flew solo brief majority of the day. It was extremely difficult. I appreciate you having me. I'm sorry for any pronunciation issues I may have had. It's lower league soccer. We don't really get pronunciation guides. So we'll check you out next time, which I believe is next Friday, when we have Super Cup action here at Edor Nelson Field against Minnesota United's MLS Next. One of their MLS Next teams. I forget which one it is. So until then, check out MPLSCitySC.com. Get yourself one of those sweet Atmosphere jerseys. And thanks for having me. Hi, Mom and Dad.